live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News at 10.
On like 3 socks, I got on long johns, I got on jeans, I got on 3 shirts.
And you're still cold.
And I'm still cold.
Regardless of how much you layer on tonight, there's no denying just how brutally cold it is outside.
That's right. And right now, wind chills across Michigan are well below zero. As we take this live look over Saginaw and Flint this evening, people are being advised to stay indoors.
Thanks for watching the news at 10 tonight. I'm David Custer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Colette Boyd. A state of emergency remains in effect for the entire state.
Now, this has brought a second day of closures for both state and county government offices, schools, and universities. Mail delivery has also been suspended due to these brutal conditions.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Brian Bachman is tracking this Arctic blast. And how much longer can we expect to deal with this, Brian?
David, Colette, we got at least another 24 hours before the winds finally start to subside, and then eventually we get our temperatures back, not just to normal, but believe it or not, well back into the above average category this weekend. But this, of course, is the dangerous cold we've been talking about all week long, and we can now call it record-breaking cold. We set a new record in Flint today for the lowest high temperature recorded for the date. Previous record was 8 degrees set back in 1951, and as you can see, we absolutely shattered that with a high of only 2 degrees in Flint. But of course, the air temperatures, as cold as they are not the full story. Wind chill warning remaining in effect for all of mid-Michigan, goes out as far in some of our counties as 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, as we are in, like I said, for at least another 24 hours of these windy conditions. Here's how the temps shape up right now. Just about everybody down into negative territory, and even by double digits. It's 13 below right now in Flint, 11 below from Caro to Lapeer, Owasso, and with a couple of exceptions, like I said, places like Clare and Gladwin. Those are the only spots that aren't into negative territory right now. But of course, we're still dealing with the winds coming in out of the west-southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour sustained. So here's the damage. It feels right now in Saginaw like 33 below zero. The wind chill 32 below in Caro, 36 below. The coldest wind chill we have in mid-Michigan right now. That's right in the city of Flint. And at best, we're talking about negative teens and negative 20s for the wind chill for everybody else. So that, for most of us, puts us right back into that third tier of our frostbite time chart here, where it'll be possible on exposed skin in less than 15 minutes. And of course, you have to factor in the gusts, which at times will make it feel even colder than what we just saw on the map there. I'll break down hour by hour how much longer this will last, and we'll look ahead to a warm-up too in your full forecast.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, Brian. Now, again, with temperatures this cold, being outside for an extended period of time, well, it can be extremely dangerous.
However, some are still choosing to brave the frigid cold, but as TV5's Kate Nadolski tells us, one local bus system is out looking for people to provide a safe temporary place to stay warm.
It's freezing. My hands cold. I'm dark. I didn't even know my hands could turn red.
Ishmael Rembert was walking to his friend's house in Saginaw in these negative temperatures when we picked him up on the STARS warming bus. Jamie Forbes with STARS says it's one of several en route around Saginaw County today to protect those in the community from these dangerous winter conditions while waiting for the bus.
Just to make sure that they're not going to get too cold while they're waiting. The temperatures are so low right now that if they're out waiting for 10 minutes, it's not going to be good for them.
In fact, 10 minutes in this weather could land you in the hospital with a serious case of frostbite, something that Ishmael may have avoided tonight because of this free ride. He says a bus ride may be simple, but the kindness of the company goes a long way.
It's a relief, though, getting picked up, being out in the cold, It's nice. Because, you don't get that every day. People, they just keep driving.
And he has a message for the STARS workers who spent their day spreading the warmth.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Now, the warming buses will be out and about once again tomorrow and possibly on Friday, depending on the weather. Reporting in Saginaw, Kate Nadolski, WNEM, TV5.
Kate, thank you. Now, the warming buses will be available again tomorrow. As Kate just said, organizers say the buses will operate from 9 a.m. until 8:55 p.m.
Well, with this weather, if you must go out, you should dress yourself in several layers. However, some people just don't have the proper coat or hat necessary for these kind of temperatures.
Yeah, but one mid-Michigan church is stepping up to make sure those less fortunate are properly prepared. TV5's Scott Walczek shows us how.
fluffy blankets, warm clothes, and thick coats.
During this cold weather, we wanted to put it right out on the streets, let people know that it's there.
It's here, just outside the Great Lakes Dream Center, a church in Bay City, where Pastor Mary Rathke says, if you're in need, come on over.
We're doing what we're supposed to do. If you have 2 coats, give one to someone in need.
As you can see, a lot of these coats and blankets have already been taken by people who are in desperate need of something warm to have through this bitter cold.
We have probably handed out dozens and dozens of coats, so it's great to see that people are going to stay warm tonight.
And not only are the warm clothes helping others, but the warmth of giving is catching on.
We had one person drive up and hand us all the coats he had in the back of his car when he saw what we were doing. So it's really inspired people to help out.
Even other churches are donating. The Hopeville Community Church brought an entire truckload.
Gathered several bags of coats and hats and gloves and socks and blankets. Just if there's a need, we need to meet it.
Now, if you want to help meet that need, the Great Lakes Dream Center is taking donations of warm clothing and blankets. Just drop them off at the church. You can find their address on our website. Live in the Continuous News Center, Scott Walczak, WNEM TV5.
That is so heartwarming. Thank you, Scott. Now, there are people who have no choice but to go out in this cold, including our first responders. They keep blanket warmers in their vehicles, bring salt to avoid slipping outside, and in some cases have to dig in to get their patients out.
Sometimes we have to shovel the driveways to get them out with our cots because they don't work in the snow very well.
Now, they say they frequently encounter heart attacks from shoveling and frostbite.
Dogs in dire situations can still get the help they need. The Saginaw County Animal Care Center is closed, but is taking emergency calls for animals left in the cold.
Without the proper accommodations, they really shouldn't be out for more than maybe 10 minutes, just long enough to go outside, go potty, come back in. It's just too cold for them, even with the fur.
The interim director tells TV5 officers took in 2 dogs today, a stray and one from an owner with previous issues. They have not decided whether to pursue cruelty charges.
Well, even the most responsible pet owners are dealing with some of the risks their animals face. A local dog is currently recovering after it severely damaged its paw pads. Now, the poor pup, whose name is Tiny, was hurt when she stepped on rock salt as it was melting ice outside. Tiny's little owner, well, is devastated by what happened to her dog.
I was in tears because I'm very emotional about my dogs. I can't have children, so these are my children. And when I seen that, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Last night when I seen this, I was just instant tears because I know she's in pain, and I don't like that.
Salt can do damage both inside and out. Veterinarians recommend either using pet-safe natural de-icers and putting boots on your pets if they're outside for long periods of time.
And remember, you can track the freezing temperatures and be the first to know when the wind chill warning will be lifted with the TV5 mobile app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
The lawmakers are meeting to reach a border security compromise, and if they can't reach one, there's a chance for another government shutdown.
Yeah, coming up, find out where things stand on the possibility of a border wall.
And all new tonight, paying the price for rising drug prices. Find out what some patients are doing just to get by.
What's behind